everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to draw some value ice cream cones. Now actually the drawing will just be of a regular ice cream cone, kind of like a happy summer treat, but the way we will color it using different values of the same color, okay? And value, at least when you're talking about art, is how light or how dark a color is, okay? So using color pencil, I'll show you how we can just take one pencil and make it different values of that same color, okay? But first, let's just get the drawing part out of the way, okay? So we're gonna start with our piece of paper, and of course, I'm using a black pen, and we're gonna start at the top of the page. Now, I'm gonna basically start from the top and go down towards the bottom. That way I know how much room I have on my paper to draw my ice cream cone, okay? So towards the top, I'm gonna draw a big upside down curved shape like this. That will be the actual ice cream shape there. And then on the bottom, we're going to draw a scalloped line, which if you'll remember, a scalloped line is basically just a bunch of curved lines or like a bunch of U's all connected together, okay? So like this. And you're just gonna go all the way from one side to the other and then connect your last little curved line like that. Now I still have a lot of space on my paper here, so I'm definitely gonna do another scoop. So I'm just gonna start right about here underneath this first like curved line, and I'm just gonna do curved line there. And on the other side, I'm gonna do the same thing, curved line. And I tried to make them about the same length, okay? And now you can do your scalloped line all along the bottom, connecting it on the ends. Now I'm going to do one more scoop. So same thing, curved line, just slightly curved. Another one on this side. And then connect them with your scalloped line. There we go. Now, if you have more space on your page and you want to do one more scoop, you totally can. I'm kind of running out of room. I'm just about halfway down on my page, so I actually want to stop there and draw my cone, okay? But if you drew your scoops a little bit smaller and you have space for one more scoop, then you can totally do that. But I'm gonna stop there with just 3 scoops. So now to do the cone, I'm gonna do, my favorite kind of cones are like waffle cones or like a sugar cone. So I'm just gonna start right about here, and I'm gonna go down into a V shape. And you can have it be a tiny bit rounded at the bottom if you want, but it can be like a long pointy cone. And now to give it the texture of an ice cream cone, I'm going to do lines, diagonal lines going in this direction. And then I'm going to do diagonal lines going in this direction, okay? And I'm gonna do them pretty close together to kind of give it like that checkerboard or kind of like a waffle texture. And I'm trying to keep my lines about the same distance apart from each other, kind of like parallel lines. But of course, since I'm just using my hand, I'm not using a ruler or anything, they're not going to be perfect, and that's okay. That will give your drawing some character, I promise. Okay, so I have all my lines going in that direction. Now, like I said, I'm going to try to do them in the opposite direction to give it that like waffle texture. Okay, so I'm going to start down at the bottom again. And it gets a little bit more confusing when you're doing it in the opposite direction. It's kind of like your mind plays a little bit of tricks on you, kind of, where it's hard to keep your lines as straight going in this direction for some reason, at least for me. But just do the best you can. It's okay. 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 So there's my cone with my kind of like crisscross pattern for my waffle cone texture. Now I'm going to put a little face on each of these little scoops, because why not? It'll just give it a little bit more personality to this picture. So you can really do any type of face you want. If for any reason you want to do like a sad face, a surprised face, a mad face, whatever you want. I'm going to just do 3 very simple happy faces. So 2 circles and a little U for my happy face. Maybe this one's over on this side a little bit more. And then for our third one, maybe he's just down there. There we go. So there's my 3 little happy scoops. Maybe your ice cream cone is dripping a little bit. You can just do a couple of teardrop shapes like that. Maybe 2 on that side, maybe 1 on this side. I know at least here in Florida, it's like already crazy hot. So if you eat an ice cream cone outside, it like almost immediately starts melting. So I'm gonna do 1 more there. Why not? Okay, so that drawing is super simple today. Really, we're gonna spend more time actually coloring it. Now again, like I said, we're going to color this using value. So I only have 2 colors, brown, which I'm going to use for the cone and for some chocolate chips later. And then I'm going to use green for my ice cream scoops, because my favorite ice cream, or one of them anyways, is mint chocolate chip. So I'm going to color them all green, okay? But feel free to use any color that you want. You can even do this using brown, pink, red. You can really create value using any color. The only trick is that you have to start out very light, okay? So instead of really pressing down hard with your colored pencil, or you can even do this with crayon, you have to start out really light, okay? As if you're barely touching your paper. And then as you want to get darker, you have to press down either a little bit harder, or you have to do a couple layers, okay? So you'll see I'm only going to do 1 layer here, 2 layers here, and 3 layers of my green color here, so that this one's the darkest, okay? I am going to color this in real time, but I'll play music for you guys, okay? So you can follow along with me. Okay everyone, here is my finished value ice cream cone. As you can see, my green color gets darker as I move up. So this is essentially a value scale. So we have light green, kind of medium green, and then the darkest green I could get. I actually had to go over this about 4 or 5 times if you noticed. So you really just kind of have to experiment. Depending on what type of coloring tool you're using, you may have to experiment to see how you can get your color to be darker or lighter, okay? And it takes a lot of practice. So don't be hard on yourself if yours doesn't look exactly like mine, okay? And I even used a little bit of value change here in my cone. I did light brown all over and then a darker brown on the edges to kind of help make it look a little bit more 3D and give it a little bit of like a shadow. But either way, hopefully you guys had fun today, and I will see you back here soon, okay? Bye!